TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment. Good eats on that grill, we get dangerous. TSP, we like to welcome you. Your day, week, month, we hope that we can help you through.
Yes, sir. TSP 210. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, you see him in there. He's getting it going, man. He's getting litty. He's getting ripped. That's young D-Lo, Dylan Savage. Dylan, how we doing, man? How's the pump?
Oh, I had to get a little pump for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Getting that glisten under the lights on a Saturday night. Yeah, ready for TSP 210, Bobby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to hear you. I'm excited to get back at it. You know, we got 2 weeks before the big homecoming.
3. We'll call it 3. At least 3 Mondays. Come back on that third week on a Tuesday, Wednesday, give or take.
Fly by, man.
Oh, that's the plan, man. That's the plan. And then a week after that is vacation. Waited all year for it. Only week available. So exciting times. How you been, brother?
Not too bad. Still, I mean, it could all come crashing down tomorrow, but you and I, we got to enjoy a hell of a roller coaster ride last Sunday. You know, because what we've been doing I think actually every week so far this season is just jumping on Discord and watching the Browns game together. And man, what a ride. That was a lot of fun. I think we also both won some coin that day, so it was just a win-win. You gotta love that. I think we're both today, as we're recording, getting beat up a little bit by the books, but I mean that's just your usual give and take there. More give than take, but
for sure,
all good. We'll see what it's looking like, because I mean there'll be a couple games going when we finish up here, and maybe we'll even things out for the rest of the night. But yeah, man. Other than that, same old. Young Jax over here lost 2 teeth today, not one. He lost one in the morning, and then 3-4 hours later, the other one, I guess that was loose, popped right out. So, man, gonna be bleeding me dry. The tooth fairy's gonna come through and bless him. You know.
Good shit. This is just in time for picture day, I'd imagine, right?
That just passed this week.
It?
So he just made it. So
nice.
Yeah.
But
they do, well, I guess it probably won't matter by then, but they do a springtime as well. So
that's right. Yeah, they got like a makeup days and stuff like that.
It's like, I mean, in schools anymore, man. It's just like, here's picture day, and then like 2 weeks ago, Analea had a fundraiser where I bought it was like, man, almost $40 for like 4 meat sticks, and the other pack was like some kind of, what was it, jalapeno cheddar or something or other, but just overpriced bullshit. But you know, it's one of those things where like if you get so many sales, you get this prize, and that's just, so she was trying to get to a certain level, so you gotta do it. But when you got multiple kids, like I'm sure Jack's will be coming through with the same thing here soon.
That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Every other month, so it's just like, man.
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now. Like, I mean, hey, you guys are on your own. You know, you gotta you get what you earned. You gotta work for it, because it's not like, I mean, I guess I could buy one, you gotta buy the other. The same product, you're basically double dipping for these fundraisers, but they slap you with that, then they slap you with the, like we talked about, the photos, school photos, and then they gouge you with that because that's $100+ for, like, because your family's going to want some pictures too, so you can't just get the basic package. And then they got the book fair coming right after that, so it's just a train of fucking cha-ching going down the track. You know what I'm saying? So. And they got fundraisers too that we like to do because we like to like hold our eating out to like once a week typically. just to give a break from cooking and stuff. So they have these eat out nights at specific local places between certain times. X amount of percentage of that, the portion of the money goes towards the school. So it's a pretty good cause there. So it makes me feel like a little better about eating out and getting that done for the kiddos. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I think photo day's coming up here soon, actually, for my kiddos.
Yeah, they just had theirs, so we're all squared away for now. But
yeah, I did try something new though, Bobby. Tried something new. Have you heard of Nair?
Yeah,
I naired my entire body. My entire body. My shin's looking like yours. Shining shins.
What's for?
I just wanted to see first how it'd look, because I've been doing some studies on, like, I guess it helps with muscle definition. That's why, like, bodybuilders and stuff like that, they keep hair off their bodies, and it's like a tan. So you get a tan and then you take the hair off, and then it's like, show a little bit more definition there. It worked a little bit. I mean, I kind of regret it in the sense, because you know how it is after shaving. It's just the stages of growing back is very annoying. But Nair, painless, lasts longer than shave. No razor burns, stuff like that. Feel like a wet bar of soap though.
Yeah, I don't, because you don't post pictures of yourself, and you don't you don't go shirtless at the gym. So what the fuck was the point of that?
It's for myself, Bobby. It's for myself, and for the lady when she gets back.
I don't think she would have gave a shit either way, man.
I confirmed.
But hey,
so it's all right. But yeah, maybe it got me feeling like
man. That's what you want to do. You do experiments and stuff. Go ahead. That's your temple.
And I know, dude. It's I don't like. I posted one photo a while back on my Instagram story, I think. But I like to operate and build in the darkness. It's not so much about showboating. I can just go in there, do my work, and I'll just show up in person, and someone's like, "Damn, you changed a little bit. You getting a little bigger." That's what I live for.
Has that happened?
It has.
Oh,
I got made fun of. I don't know if made fun of is the proper term, but they're busting my balls over there, Bobby, about my shirts being a little too tight. But hey, it was a large. They said I got special tailored around the sleeves.
Something you're doing something right, I guess. So there you go.
I guess. Yeah. Well, that's my update. Right back at you, Bobby. Take it away.
I think that's pretty much all we got for you and I, right?
Yeah, I think so.
As far as updates go, I think we talked about offline. We're about I don't know, 6-ish months, 7 months from Buc-ee's opening in your neck of the woods, so that's pretty exciting. That'll be a definite TSP vlog of the ages, man. Sure. When they finally open the doors, because I've gotten a little taste. You have not yet, I believe, right? You've never been?
No.
So, yeah, that'll be a fun time, man.
I
will 100% be a madhouse, no matter when we go. But still, very much going to be worth the time, man. I'm excited.
It's going to be one of those where it's going to have to prove its worth, I guess, to me, because I don't get the craze. I don't at all. So, I mean, I've heard of people, heard good things, heard bad things. Obviously, it's going to be a packed house. That's one of the bad things. Heard that sometimes the food doesn't live up to the hype.
Who said that?
Gas is gas. A couple of people at work, obviously being in a trucking business, they've been to a Buc-ee's before.
Yeah, you get yourself a Texas cheesesteak burrito, and then you tell me. Okay,
I'll try it. I don't think that's what they had. I think they had their brisket sandwich or something like that, and they said that the brisket was a little dry.
That I could see, especially if it's not one that came right out the gate.
Yeah,
because you got someone that sit under the heating lamps. But just follow me. I'll be your guide. I mean, I'm a rookie still myself. I'm very much a novice. I've only got one-time experience, but if it's going to still be the same, essentially the same setup as the one I went to in Tennessee, I'll be able to show you the ropes. But I mean, there's some good shit there.
Yeah. Before we get any further, I still a little rusty. This is only our 3rd episode back, but I do want to make sure and note that we are available on YouTube, Twitter, or X, whatever you call it, Instagram, TikTok at TSP_2019. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, follow, leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we're trying to grow this thing. We're almost at 120 now, I believe. We're inching closer. We're still new to the YouTube thing, so kind of in the shadows of algorithms. Algorithms can be a total bitch, but hey, it's free to hit that like button. It's free to share it, retweets, likes, comments, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's free, so it takes a couple seconds, and it helps more than you know from an algorithm standpoint, and gets out to new viewers and listeners that may have not heard of TSP before. Hey, there's a niche out there for everyone. I think we can find our little fan base too, outside of the close group of friends and family.
I think we have. I would say at this 100%. Point, more of our listeners and subs are people that aren't necessarily people we grew up with, which
right, yeah.
That speaks volumes too, but that's a whole other discussion, which we've had already. So
hey, they say, and I think our guests can attest, that sometimes your closest friends are the hardest people to get support from. Sometimes, sure. And I think every single content creator out there that we've had on the show has also said the same thing, and had. It's kind of a weird thing where your biggest supporters are people you've never met before in your life. So it's an interesting dynamic there for a content creation. But yeah, I mean, it's free to do. Be sure to like it up, subscribe. I'm trying to set it up also, Bobby, to where we get comments. When we do get those comments on the episode, that it notifies me. There's times where I go into the app, the YouTube Studio app, and I try to find out, hey, what's the numbers looking like and all that kind of stuff. And hey, I had 3 comments, a couple comments, and I didn't reply to them. Could be like a month ago or something like that. So it's like, probably helps if I reply and, take note of those comments if I'm asking for them, especially.
So, I tell you what, though, last week's episode did very well across the board. I think it also helps because our guest last week, Nikki, shared clips, our posts, links, all that stuff, and that always, usually helps because that they share it to their follower group. And those people want to see what they got to say. Plus, it was just a great episode all around. Clips did very well, also.
Yep.
Just a fun episode. And candles, folks, candles live up to the hype. I will say that as well.
Do you have one to share?
I do have my Dutch apple spice lit as we speak.
Lit as
it smells great. And then I just loved it because it does have the pieces of apple on top. I mean, we talked about last week. They're really like no other candle.
That's awesome.
They're cheaper, they're cleaner, and they burn longer than your big box companies. So, and you're supporting local, man. That's always the way to go, for sure. You know what I mean? Will I still buy Yankee candles? Yes, but I'll also keep Sweet Pea Essentials in the mix without a doubt. Because these are great.
In the rotation for sure.
Yeah. Just like, will I still buy Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? Yes. But do I love Gator Bait? Hell yeah.
There you go.
Same with Sauce Bros, all that shit. You keep them mixed in there, man. I love that. Like I said last week, one of my favorite things that we do on this show is bring people on that have their own businesses and stuff. We get the word out. We've had friends that have bought from those guys that I just mentioned. And it always feels good to help keep the business afloat, or in a lot of cases, strap on the rocket, man, and see where they go.
It's fun to partner up with those companies too. They get a promo code out there, and then that helps push even more of our niche out to their local businesses and help them grow. Scratch our back, scratch their back, kind of thing, and it's great. It's great. Networking is a beautiful thing, Bobby. A beautiful thing.
Yeah, for sure. But Dilo, I think it's about time for us to bring on our guest for episode 210.
Yes.
And it's another example of just TikTok being a really cool place. The FYP sometimes can do really cool things and bring you interesting content creators, which they've done in this case as well. And I stumbled upon this person via one of their live streams on TikTok. I think it was like a Friday night once a couple years ago. And it reminded me kind of like what we do. We're just chilling, shooting the shit. enjoying your company, and he also mixed in some cooking and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, that's yet another thing that kind of resembles what we do, because we love to talk foodie stuff. The All Pro Grillers and Throws list coming soon. So keep rolling. Season's almost up. So those of you that are out there, I'm looking, I'm watching, I'm judging. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, reached out. He obliged. You want to come on? So I'm excited to talk some shop here today, Dylan. But for episode 210, we have Abe in the kitchen from TikTok. Abe, appreciate you joining us, man, for some TSP. And thanks for coming on the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Absolute pleasure, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, TikTok is a really cool place where, the FYP sometimes they know what you like, and they threw you in on my FYP in my eyes, and I liked what I seen there. I don't remember what you were cooking that day. But you were cooking something. It might have been pizza. I want to say it was definitely something with like dough, and you were just interacting with people in the comments, and it was really cool, man. I liked the vibe, and I was like, that's somebody that I think would be cool to talk to on here, and here we are, man. But yeah.
Yeah, well, if it was a Friday, it was definitely a pizza, because every Friday we do pizza.
I think it was a Friday, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What is it with Fridays and pizza, man? I think our like growing up in school
cafeterias
was always Friday pizza.
Exactly that. When you grew up in school and like you'd wait for Friday in the cafeteria because you knew you were getting pizza, but like good pizza,
Oh yeah.
Because there's pizza throughout the week. Don't get me wrong. Like they sporadically sprinkle it in there, but it was never good pizza. It was like they used to do it in my high school. It was an Italian roll, sauce, cheese, toss the oven. That was pizza on a Tuesday. But Fridays when you got the good stuff. Fridays when you got an actual slice of pizza from a solid pizza place. And you're like, all right, that's the one I want. Not the one that's the Italian bread that's the cheese just doesn't taste right. You're like, nah, I'm ready for Pizza Friday. But it was also a thing in my house. You know what I mean? Every once in a while on a Friday, mom's like, I'm not cooking. I'll make pizza. So
that's nice. Yeah. I mean, those same thing here. We had Big Daddy pizzas, and they were big and cheese filled, crusted, and it was great. And they were on this rotatory heat board, like a classic diner. And yeah, and then Michelle Obama said we had to eat healthier, and that went all out the window. So
yeah, she's like, hey, I want you to live a little longer. You're like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, let me worry about that.
Yeah, let me worry about that. Exactly.
We got half the food, but the price stayed the same. Explain that to me.
Oh, that's greed.
Yeah, it's fine. That's a whole other rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, we'll cut back to the beginning of how you got, I guess, on the streaming stuff. I don't know if were you doing the Twitch thing first, or did you jump on TikTok? Where did all that start?
No, actually, I did start first on TikTok.
Okay.
A lot of my content creation started from doing beer reviews. I'm a big beer guy. I'm a big beer nerd. So I would review different types of beers from different breweries. And I started on Instagram at first. And it was short form videos. And it was Instagram to then Vine came out. And it was even shorter than that. So I had to pack in everything I thought about the beer in 6 seconds. And it blew up. People were like, I love this guy. He's telling exactly what I want to know about this beer in 6 seconds. And I would just scream it at you, give you an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 or whatever range out of 10. And people are like, this is hilarious. I think it's great. Then Vine disappeared, went back to Instagram. And then I moved over to TikTok once they had a video format just like Vine. I was like, this is exactly what Vine was. Yep. Nope. I will adopt to this. No problem. And I started posting videos there. Now, later on, TikTok starts moving into a live stream portion of their content. And I never thought to get into it ever until one day I saw a bunch of beer content creators doing it. I was like, that actually looks like fun. So I said, you know what? I'm going to work my way up to get to a follower account on TikTok to go ahead and go live. And I achieved the goal, but I was like, what am I even going to do? And that's when it hit me. I should cook. That's my profession. That's what I did for years of my life, 18 years of cooking in the industry. You should just cook on stream and talk to people and just communicate and have somebody to connect with while I'm making something. And the first ever one I did was a blueberry buckle. And it's like best way I can describe it is a pound cake with blueberries in it. Okay. And I had 15 people watching me. And for those 15 people, they were like the most important people in the room at that very, very time. And I had people just talking to me little by little, and I just engaged with them as much as I could, while simultaneously not trying to burn this thing on camera.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, I didn't, and everybody was really nice and really kind. And I just loved every part of it. That just made me want to do it more and more and more and more and more, until a point where I saw the followers just kind of like just flooding in sometimes, and I was just in shock of what was going on. So TikTok's where I started, and from TikTok I moved over to Twitch.
Okay. I want to touch on the cooking side of things. I was going to ask about the background too. I had no idea. I figured you were in some kind of cooking background. Didn't know it would be that, for 18 years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was this something like while you're in school that you kind of picked up on, like at home, and then you decided this is what I kind of want to do as a profession, or how'd you get into that?
So it all started from being around my family, and the kitchen was where everybody would hang out with. And I was like, I always want to be where everybody was. I always want to be in the conversation. And I knew that if you want to be part of the conversation, you got to be doing something. So I used to help my grandmother in the kitchen when I was a kid. And my grandfather knew how to cook. And my mom was always cooking when I was a kid too. So I would always have my hand in helping them. But I didn't realize I wanted to be a chef or work in the industry until I saw a friend who went to college, came back. I was in high school at the time. And I watched him cook all this food that his family we'd known be cooking around the house, and I used to always eat there. It's Filipino food, but he made Filipino food, but with the core understanding of the basics of cooking from school. And they were so happy, they were so elated by that him making the food that he grew up having, but with these different techniques that just made it better. And I was like, that's awesome. I want to do that. I want to be able to make something that makes somebody feel something like he did with his family. So I said, that's it. I want to be a chef. So the first thing I did was I got a job as a busboy that ended up moving me to a prep cook, and ended up moving me down to work on the line. And that's when I realized, okay, this is what I want to do for work. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, is I want to cook.
Now, you went to like a school for that too?
Yeah. So I worked in the industry for 2 years while I was in high school before I decided to go and enroll in school. And I went to a community college right here in New Jersey, but it's considered one of the best schools in the United States because of the connections they have. They can connect you with like restaurants like Danielle, Rainbow Room, Per Se, Nobu, all these prestigious restaurants in Manhattan. You have the ability to get into those restaurants because of the school.
Wow. So it's always been, I guess you started as the bus boy. So you really worked your way up. It's like, kind of like,
I wanted to make sure I knew I wanted to do it. So I spent those 2 years to really like get into it. And that's my advice when people always ask me, it's like, what are you telling aspiring chefs? It's like, go work in a restaurant. Go work in a restaurant. Find out that you can't have a birthday. You can't have Thanksgiving or Christmas sometimes. Find out New Year's, you'll be working. Understand that you're not going to have your own life to do things, and also understand to cherish what you have. Mm-hmm. So once you have that understanding, once you prepare yourself mentally for that, then you can go ahead and take off. But if that's not for you, it's okay. You don't have to put yourself in that situation, but it's better to get your toes wet before you put everything you have into it, because that's what it's going to expect you to have.
It's like diving into a pool to get your toes wet first, test that temperature for sure. I respect that a lot. I mean, you got the ins and outs of the whole industry in itself, working for prestigious kitchens and stuff. But is it the ultimate? What would be the ultimate dream in that situation? Would it be to open up your own kitchen?
Yeah, 100%. The prestigious places were cool. I didn't work more than a week at a lot of them because just wasn't my deal.
Right.
It just wasn't for me. I was always interested in like making food that was pretty, but not at a crazy price. You go to these very expensive restaurants and you're like, oh, what a beautiful plate of food. It also costs you a lot of money and you don't feel fed afterwards. I come from a background where we are serving you a plate of food, you feel fulfilled in your appetite's filled, but you fulfilled in your soul. And the food always looked good. So I wanted to do that in my craft and what I want to do for my career. So the ultimate goal is one day to own my own place, but I have gone from, starting as a busboy, and I ended up being an executive chef at a restaurant right in Jersey City, and I made a lot of the food I wanted to make, with some compromises, but I got to achieve a lot of those goals. But I still have more that I want to go ahead and achieve.
Yeah, for sure. I that's awesome. And what does the path look like to obtaining your own kitchen? Obviously, we've gone over this, right? Money. Now, I would imagine just going right to just opening up a restaurant, it would be maybe small steps of maybe a food truck that blossoms into like a building of some sort.
At this point, I think for me, it would have to be pop-ups. It'd have to be pop-ups because food trucks are a lot to invest in as well. You need to have some sort of commerce kitchen, like a commercial kitchen to work out of to get all your prep done. So I would at this point look to do a pop-up to then possibly get some sort of investors, because at the end of the day, it's always going to be money. But more so than anything, it's being well-renowned or getting to know the person you're going to be investing in. A friend of mine just opened up a restaurant in Montclair because of his pop-ups. He did a pop-up thing at his house. He did a supper club and he sold tickets for it. And I don't think he even made a red cent from it. I don't think he made much money. I think he broke even every single time. But he marketed himself. And now he has a restaurant of his own.
That's better than losing money. A lot of these things, a lot of these situations, like you're so much in debt for it to eventually pay off. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But to do it that way, it's probably a really smart move for sure.
Yeah, he did it very slick. He did it a very slick way of getting underneath, losing money, and he had fun doing it too, which is the best part.
Yeah, I love to cook too, and I've always gotten comments like you should start your own food truck and this, that, and the third. But I don't like most of the general public, especially in that and on that side of things, as far as because me and Dylan here, we used to work. They might have them in New Jersey, but like Meijer grocery store,
no, we don't have Myers, but I know what Myers is.
Just the working in the customer service business is just it feels like you're pulling your hair out, just because people like to complain about the smallest things just to get a discount, or people, somebody will just want to be a dickhead just to be a dickhead. But also,
that's human beings.
I'm a little late to the trend, but I started watching the Bear not too long ago, and I know that with it being a TV show, they kind of turn the volume up a little bit. But
nope,
I also couldn't see myself in like a high stress situation like that. Some of them restaurants where you're going almost at the neck of your coworkers and all that stuff every day. It does look like, obviously, at the end of the day, it's worth it, but is that kind of what, like, especially working at some of those places you were at, where is it like it was a real high strung and stuff like that?
I'll say season 1 of The Bear captured being in a restaurant, being a chef, the best. That first season caught it the best, because I've definitely worked at some amazing places. I've worked at some mid-tier places that are, you would love to go to. And I worked at some places that you would never want to walk back in the door and work for this person ever again. And The Bear caught parts of all of that and put it out for the public, where season 1, they 100% hit it. There's actually the episode where it's the one shot all the way through the entire episode when the ticket machines continues going and going when they turn on their online ordering. I cannot watch that episode. I cannot watch that episode. I actually have to mute it. I'm not even kidding you. I had an anxiety attack by hearing the ticket machine because it's really like that. You can get slammed so quickly. And we did it at the restaurant. We put on our first time online ordering and it blew up. And we had orders going after order after order. We had to shut it down. We luckily were able to where they weren't, but it was insane. And we had food flying out as much as possible. And we were like maybe 4 months old. And we were still getting busy. We were still getting slammed. And we did the best we could, but man, some places you will get put in what's called put in the weeds, and you will be feeling like you're buried. you know, we all tell each other, here's a shovel, dig yourself out. That's it. That's all you can do at that point because the tickets are not going to stop coming in. We may have shut off the online orders. We still had a full restaurant on a Saturday night. Tickets were still coming in, and we had big long tables too. You know, you hear the ticket going off, and then a hostess comes in and says, "Oh, a party of 12 just walked in, and they're all sitting at that one table." Okay. No. And that's when you rally everybody together. You pull whatever Gatorade you have in the freezer downstairs that was trying to make slushies for everybody because it's summer and you're trying to cool down. It's one of those situations where you watch that show and people say, "Oh, it's exaggerated. It has to be exaggerated." No, a lot of that first season, you know, the struggles with money, the struggles with staff. It's a very real thing. You can have a person one day saying they're there for you, and the next minute, the next day, you're cooking by yourself for a dining room full of 70 people. So,
yeah, I live in a small town, and we just had a pretty popular Mexican restaurant open up a franchise here in town, and they just opened their doors up a week ago, and they're just like, listen, we're gonna basically do a soft open for like a month. We're gonna be open like 4 or 5 hours a week. We'll let you know what the hours are every day. We're gonna do like half our menu. Like we're gonna, just like Dylan said, we're gonna get our feet wet before we just like, you know, turn it on and let everyone come in and go crazy. And then I think next month they're gonna do their big grand opening where they'll do it like legit, probably open 8 to 10 hours or whatever, you know, restaurant hours are. And I just think that's so smart to do because, you know, some places they'll be like, yeah, we're open for business. And then, yeah, online orders, all this shit comes in and then they're like just buried a weekend, you know, trying to play catch up. So I think doing it how they're doing it, that's the way to go about it for sure.
Yeah, I wish I had that luxury because, man, the other way around is rough. You're playing catch up every single day after that point. Once you say I'm open, you can't close the doors after that for holidays. But after that, you cannot close that door.
Nuts, man. We got Dila.
Yeah, I mean, because first, we've taken a couple steps back when you mentioned that you said it was your buddy that did the selling tickets and taste the food to do like almost like invest in himself as a marketing tool.
Yeah.
And the only thing I thought about was, have you seen the movie of The Menu?
Yes.
Is it something similar like that without the dramatics? But
yes, no, exactly. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, that's a proper way to look at it as a tasting menu. He was doing he called Sam's Table, and it was a 5 to 7 course meal, and you'd have little plates and you taste it, and it's a very lovely environment. And that's what he has right now for himself, which is really cool. So I hope to collaborate with him, and if I do, I'll be posting everywhere so everybody can come try the food that we create.
Nice.
I like it, man. So I'm guessing like when you started growing a little bit on TikTok, is that as you were exiting out of the restaurant biz? Done. You were already done? Okay.
I was already done. COVID had hit. The industry had changed quite a bit. I was coming off of a knee injury, and I went to interview for a restaurant to be their sous chef because that's the position they were offering. And I realized I was like, oh no, you're done. Your days working in the line, they're over. Your knees, I already had a knee injury before that, but I ended up injuring my other knee right before the pandemic. and I just didn't bounce back. It just didn't work the same. And it said a lot to me at that point where I was like, yeah, this is not it. This is not it. If I do this for anybody, it's going to be for me. I'm going to do it on my own terms. I'm going to space it out the right way, having my own business, because nobody's going to be able to tell me what I can and cannot do in my own kitchen. Nobody's going to tell me how I can, perform or do certain things and schedule things out. If I do it on somebody else's terms, they're going to have these expectations. And if I can't meet them, not only am I going to let down the business owner, but I'm going to let down myself. So I never want to put myself in that position again. I'd rather put myself in a position where I am doing the best I can for me and putting myself at advantage rather than putting myself at a big disadvantage. So I was already done with working in the industry for somebody else. And I just said to myself, if I'm going to try to do something different, I think I'm going to try this. And it was only when I saw like a massive amount of success, and I had like 2 or 3 times that I went viral. One was a video and one was a stream, that I thought, I think live streaming might be something viable for me, and nothing says more that you're doing the right thing when you have like 8,000 people watching you on TikTok and 1 million likes, and you're like, what's going on here? And the next thing you know, I get off the stream and it says, you have 2,000 new followers. I must be doing something right.
Yeah, clearly. Because like I said, it eventually got to my eyes. So I would definitely agree with that, because that's the thing, man. Because anymore, I've talked about it before with TikTok, is like, it was really, in my opinion, at its peak like 3-4 years ago. Now it's very much like, seriously, like a lot of the live streams that hit my FYP anymore are people shilling out the TikTok shop, which you do what you got to do. I get it, but I mean, if you sift through, if you do a little scrolling, you will still find folks like yourself that are actually entertaining and interacting with the audience and stuff. And we've had a lot of those people on this show, and they've been good friends of ours and stuff. So they are still out there, but on the forefront of like the TikTok FYP and stuff, it's just like some people selling who knows what, the flavor of the week that week, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Whereas like a couple years ago, it was more so like, if you like X, Y, and Z, we're gonna put that on your FYP every single time, and it was great. But yeah,
my big thing right now is going on those lives, like in the middle of the night when you're like, you can't go to bed or whatever, and you're trying to get your eyes tired, and you find these lives that they're stacking up these plastic Solo cups, and you donate to shoot some bullets at it.
I've seen those. I'm 100%. Yeah. I've 100% been like, all right, I could go to bed, or I can go through my TikTok, and sure enough, when those come up, I'm like, they're not facing that BB gun at the right spot. Yeah. Those cups are never going to come down. This is a scam. Rose.
Yeah, I seen those. I seen like they have different gifts and different, like they'll be standing on a tripod camera and they have like a mountain behind them. They have like different locations where they'll run to that gift or whatever.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, many. Like,
the new metas of TikTok are quite insane. Because I remember the ones where like, oh, try to get me not to sleep was a big one as well.
Oh yeah. Some of those were actually pretty entertaining, which is crazy to say. Watch somebody sleep, but then there'd be like a train horn, off an inch from their ear. It's like, all right, that's incredible.
Like, okay, we're gifting to torture a person live on stream.
Yeah.
This is weird. Gift.
It works. It's great.
Yeah,
because it's like it's interactive in a way. Well, it is interactive. So I think like that's the biggest part about it, is like you feel like you're obviously doing something in the stream. It's not just watching someone for entertainment.
Yeah,
you're the entertainment.
In the shop shilling, it works. I've bought some shit. Like I love the Ghost energy drink, so I've bought some Ghost shit on there. But now it's just like Ghost. All the live streams and all that stuff. I'm like trying to dig my way out of that one. But yeah, man. I love that you do stuff that's entertaining. Like I said, love food, love to cook, watching somebody cook and maybe kind of learn some new recipes and stuff while also being pretty attentive to the people that are watching you and interacting and stuff. That's what makes, some streamers incredible. There's other people that aren't, like that, but maybe they're playing some popular game and they can kind of get away with just focusing on what they're doing and letting all the comments pile up and that. But
No,
I
my
like
favorite
that,
part
you
is
do all this different stuff and, you're talking to your parents in the background, but then you're reading the comments. Obviously, it's working. So,
yeah, I love interacting with my chat. My community is by far the best part of it. Connecting with those people. I have those people hitting me up on a daily to see how I'm doing, checking on me if we miss a stream. After a good stream, it was like, oh, that was so much fun. That was so good. So I love it. I love having the ability to be able to connect with people in that kind of way. So whether or not I'm in the kitchen or I'm here, because I also stream on Twitch and I'll be streaming games on Twitch, I'm looking at the chat all the time to make sure I don't miss anything anybody says. Because there's sometimes people just update me on their life and they let me know what's going on. And they just want that ability to be like, hey, you're the person I connect with. You're the person that lets me know, what's going on, that I'm doing something right. So people need that little bit of reassurance. And if I can be that person, that's awesome. If I'm that person you want to share something with to get excited about, yeah, of course I'm going to do that because everybody deserves something like that in their life.
yeah, no doubt. And we've actually had some overlap, believe it or not, because we had one of our last episodes on our previous season. We had the guys from Sauce Bros on, and I know that you did a video for them not too long ago. So I did notice that. But yeah, I mean, now that you're kind of building up a little bit of a following in a community, are people kind of starting to reach out a little bit, just like they did to try, whatever product they got,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
they're smaller companies, which is cool. Another recent one was Fryaway, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. And it's like it's one of those products again. They have a TikTok shop store, but it works. And it's the funny thing is like I went and posted the video, and my friend's like, "Oh, I use that." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been using it for like over a year. Solid product, pretty good."
I
It's
think
not.
I might have seen
It's
it. Is
also
it
not an
like
ad.
you use it to get rid of like your oil?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I do. I kind of am interested in that because a lot of times we'll be like, where do I pour this 32 ounces of oil, frying
yeah.
oil that I got
It's
here?
different when you're in a restaurant because you pay legitimately. We had a barrel inside the restaurant that we filled up with all the leftover oil, and somebody would have to pick it up. And if they didn't come pick it up, oh, what fun that was! Because then you'd have to take and wait for oil to cool down for a whole day to then put it in the containers that they come in and stack those outside. And that didn't become a problem at all. So yeah, having something like that for your house where you're not going to be stacking it like that and just kind of like put a little powder in there, it turns into a cakey cylinder and you toss it in your garbage. Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up because the other way is, I mean, flush it down your toilet. No, put down your sink. No, call your plumber. Get ready to call your plumber immediately if you're tossing used oil down your sink drain.
I've done some shit like where I'll pour it out in like the very back corner of my backyard, but then that brings like some critters and a couple times when I've caught I catch my dog back there. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it's always
You want your
fun
dog to
trying
get
figure that
sick
one out.
and
Right.
get sick in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say what I say, but let's just say you're gonna find something in your house. And you're like, oh, thanks, bud. I know I should have walked you, but did you have to do me like that? Like, come on.
Yeah, man.
I know that's not pudding on the ground right there.
What about because one of the things you do like for your actual videos is trying different beers and stuff. Have you had people breweries and stuff be like, hey, we got this coming out, you want to try that out?
Honestly, yeah, 100%. And then they never send me anything.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I've had several breweries hit me. I'm just like, yeah, we got this new thing, and I don't get sent it. But then I see another creator get sent the product. I'm like, all right, man, then don't hit me up. Just it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good. You don't have to offer me anything. All right. Maybe I don't drink your
we've
beer
had
anymore.
Not the same. We've had
No.
people tell us that they do, this and that for us, and then they don't do it, and then they'll do it for a whole other show. Yeah, we've had same kind of thing. But yeah, it's annoying. It's like don't say you're gonna do something and then just
man.
completely
Yeah, it's cool.
And I'm guessing,
not
I don't
to
know, that
offer
other people that
something.
you seen, would they have like more followers too? Is
Nope.
that why they were? Oh, okay. That would
They
be
did
like,
not
that's even
have more
dumber.
followers than me. They did not have more followers than me. They had a significant less. Like we're talking about, like I'm at 50K and they're at 2.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but apparently maybe I didn't fit what they want. It doesn't matter to me. Just if you're gonna offer me something, cool, I'll take it. You know what I mean? You're not offering me money, so you're offering me a product. Yeah, cool. I'll support the product. I like the brand, but don't tell me you're gonna do something then back out. That's for me, in that opinion, that's not okay.
I mean,
I'm
it's
better off you're not doing anything at all.
it's hard. I would love to get like some kind of sponsorships, and it does not even have to be like you pay us and we talk about your product or whatever. But you know, like something like a freebie, and we'll talk about it. Give like honest reviews on it. I mean, we don't have like the following to really garner that kind of, I guess, pool. If you say that would be the reason, but even like a CPM kind of deal, like, you know, clicks per, well, I mean, whatever the M stands for.
Yeah.
But that'd be cool too. Just like every per view, or even get, like we said before, with the small companies we've interviewed with, getting like a promo code, stuff like that. Anything that helps the show and keeps the lights on and all that kind of stuff. It's
100%.
It'd be great. Yeah.
100%. You want a little bit of an incentive to continue doing the thing you're doing, not just the fact that you guys like doing what you're doing, just like I love what I'm doing. But I also would like a little incentive because you want to continue having a reason to push forward and do it. Because a lot of the times, like, things cost money, things break, and you need to replace them. And it's just like, it gets overwhelming if you're not having a little bit of funds coming from a different place, because there's other things in your life that you have to pay for. So
absolutely. Yeah.
But the free product is also cool because it gets you something to talk about as well.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We used to get, well, I shouldn't say because you were in the wrong part of the state, but
no,
you did get hooked up with some free Pokemon packs when we had that going on. We were plugging our buddy Todd's stream there. That was pretty cool. At least cooler for me than you, because you're not really into it. And then some free lawn care. That was pretty fire. You unfortunately didn't get to reap those benefits just because you're 2 hours away. But there has been a little bit of this and that there. But I agree. You know, we've put on for some people, and yeah, it'd be nice to get a little freebie here and there. But it is what it is. That comes with the territory. Me and him, we work full time. We both drive trucks all week. So I think if we had time, because they changed some of the stuff up on TikTok. Like, we only have, I don't know, we're like less than 200 followers on TikTok, but we do have the ability to go live. So I think if we had, you know, if we were able to go on live and do kind of, you know, some stuff on there, that'd be a way for us to grow, you know, kind of like what you do. You know what I mean? So if we just had the extra time, plus he's a third shift guy, I'm first shift, so it's tough. But
I actually don't know what that means.
Shift wise?
Yeah, no, I only know one shift. It was open to close. You know, like, I don't know what third shift or
and open was probably what, 3 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon, or
open was at noon, close was at midnight.
Yeah.
So it'd be like second shift, yeah. Second into third a little bit.
I was a buster for a little while, and it was like what was it? Like 3 in the afternoon or something and we usually finish about 11 o'clock, midnight.
Yeah. It's always opener or closer. That's it is in the kitchens. Opener or closer. Opener, you're like, oh, I hate opening. Nobody ever does anything at the night. Work a night shift. Work a closing shift. See how much you have to do at the end of the night. People just don't understand.
Now we're back on the topic of the kitchen. I need to ask a question for the people, not particularly for myself, but to kind of maybe ease people's minds out there that have concerns. What really happens to our food when we send it back?
What really happens to your food?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want
I want the
good
truth.
Restaurant versus bad restaurant?
Yeah, like the movie Waiting type shit.
Yeah,
is what he's insinuating.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Okay, so here it is. At a very good restaurant that you trust and you know the people there, they're familiar with you, nothing happens to your food. At a very good restaurant that they care about the quality of their food, they care about their clientele, what they do is they just get rid of the food and they get you something new. That's what I did. And every single time that somebody said I didn't like something or had a food allergy or just wasn't for me, and it was like I had one bite and we went ahead and we fired up something new. Not a problem. You know what I mean? And a lot of the time that thing would be comped. But it's still at a good restaurant. If you eat half the thing at a good restaurant, like something I ran, you eat half of it, more than half of it. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. We'll fire you something else that you'll like, but you're paying for that thing you didn't like, even though you left a bite left. You're not getting that comped. You're out of your mind.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now at a bad restaurant, which I 100% worked in, people will do you dirty. So be very careful where you go to eat. Be very careful, because if you feel like the spot's sketchy, don't send your food back. Don't send your food back. I worked at one place. I literally worked there for a day, a single day, and it told me everything. When it's like, oh, somebody sent their burger back. Let's make them the special burger. Special burger was they licked the burger, they tossed it in the fryer, didn't even grill it, tossed it in the fryer, took it back out and said, let's give it another taste test. Licked it again. So he licked raw meat to then lick cooked meat, made the sandwich and said, I hope they enjoy a little taste of me in there.
Oh boy.
I left.
Did they like the taste of him or her?
You know what? I didn't ask. I just said, I don't think this is a place I want to be. And and I looked at the person who ordered the burger and I was like, you know what? I could say something, but at the same time, I don't know how this person could react by me saying this either. They might think it was me.
Well, you're dipping out anyways. You were dipping out anyways.
Yeah. I'm dipping out anyways. But at the same time, it's like, this person would lose their mind on me. It's like, no, it was you who did this.
No.
I'm not catching strays.
100% should have said something. Pull the plug on the frag and walk out.
Yeah, you know what? Fair. I should have.
Not your best.
But at the same time, I was like,
I'm out here.
What are the chances this person's like, you know what? You did this to me and swings. Nah, man.
I don't know. Yeah, if someone said that to me, that would be my last assumption. Would be the person telling me that someone did something to my burger was the person who did it.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I've had some weird moments in my life, man. I had a guy when I was random story. I was a ball boy at a soccer game at the Metro Stars before they were the Red Bulls, and the guy asked me for the ball. I was 11 years old at the time. I said, I can't. It's the football stadium's ball. I'll get in trouble. And he just flips me off and starts cursing me out with his kid right next to him. So I was like, people are unpredictable. If it was, if I had to do it again, I would have just walked right by the guy yelling at me, give me the ball. I was like, you're a reasonable person? Nope. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I've always followed the rules that you just stated, because it's like, all right, if I'm at a dive bar or something and I'm eating a burger and I order it medium and it comes out medium well or well done, I'm just like, dude, I'll just eat the $15 burger. It is what it is, because I ain't sending it back. But if I'm in a place where it's $50 a plate, $6 plus whatever, yeah. I mean, if I want to get what I'm paying, top dollar for. So there's definitely two different scenarios there for sure. But
man, it's got to be real bad for me. My mom has no problems like going out to eat with her. I'm just like, oh, when she's like, talks, can I speak with the manager? I'm like, oh no, because like her steak, man, it's never done the way I tell her every time. You can't order it the way you want it. I mean, there's almost a golden rule where like if you want it like medium rare, you have to order it rare almost, because like or the other way around, medium, because like they're always going to like undercook it or overcook it. It's never going to be what you actually want at these like more of like the chain restaurants, not like your places. But yeah, I always tell us like you gotta know where you're going and you have to order as is, not as particularly as you want. But yeah, she's always sending shit back, and I'm like, "Fuck, Mom, what are we doing here?"
No, that's exactly it. Because same could be said if you're going out for drinks and cocktails. Know where you are. You're not going to get a Jungle Bird, which is a tiki cocktail at Applebee's. You're not going to get it at a chain restaurant. You're not going to get a proper Manhattan or a paper plane at this place. So just know where you are, know where you're gonna be ordering a drink from or your food from, because if you say a certain thing and you get surprised by it, well, this is probably not the place for it.
Yeah, I don't even know what those drinks are. So
now, I always like to ask this question really to most of our guests too, because once we get into like the subject of food and stuff like that, but if somebody was to ask, Abe, I want your signature plate, man. What your signature meal that you're making? I don't know, friends, family, whatever. What would that consist of?
So my signature dish,
Yeah.
because everybody says signature dish. The funny thing is, when you ask the chef their signature dish, most of them don't have them. I mean, I admittedly didn't have one, and I have an immediate one to say at this point because I've been asked it so often. But originally, I would have told you I don't have one. I just love cooking, and everything I try to make is at the best possible way. But there is one thing that I love cooking in particular that makes a lot of people happy, which is called pernil, which is a Cuban, Caribbean, Puerto Rican, Dominican way of making pork shoulder, skin on. And it's slow roasted. Majority of the time, what they do is they slice it, but I like to do like a pulled pork style of it. And what I do is I cook it for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours, and I serve that. I serve that with a what's called moro, which is black beans and black rice. It's a dirty rice, I guess you could say. A side of tostones and or maduros, which is sweet or savory plantains. And on top of that, we have cassava, aka yuca, which I either do it fried or we'll do it boiled with a sauce called mojo. And mojo is a mixture of olive oil, garlic, and onions. And that mixture of that together, that makes a sauce that you put on top of everything on that plate. So that
sounds great.
That I want to
I love that. I actually went to it was like a Brazilian steakhouse up in Detroit. And one of the things they had, it was they had plantains as like a palate cleanser.
Okay, cool.
But it was great. I was just like, dude, I could just pop those all night.
Mm-hmm.
I love some plantain.
Plantain chips are delicious. Awesome. I mean,
is that your background then? Are you Cuban?
I'm Cuban Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Nice, man. We got a little bit of everything, man. I'm half Japanese. Dylan's Polish. So yeah, we got a little.
I love pierogies.
You like our pierogies?
I love pierogies, dude.
Yeah, man. One thing I love to do, and it kind of gets me through my work week, is because during the week, the wife, she is in charge of cooking stuff because I'm at work all day. But weekends is kind of where I take a little bit of control. And one thing that always gets me through the work week is brainstorming, like, what do I want to cook this week? Like I told you off air, today I made short ribs for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I'm going to do birria tacos, but I'm going to use a pork shoulder actually instead of like a beef roast, just because Kroger out here had them buy one get one free pork shoulder. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I think it should still be pretty good, with pork. So I'm excited to do that tomorrow. But yeah, with your live streams, I know you said Fridays is pizza day, but are you usually kind of brainstorming a certain day of the week of what you're going to cook on live streams, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of the time I'm trying to plan everything out because a lot of it's planning towards Friday, funny enough, because people always want to see me do something different with the pizza. This past Friday, I did mustard pie. I did an upside down pie, and I did a combination, a tomato pie. So I did 3 different pies before I took all those concepts of those 3 different pizzas that you can get here in New Jersey and New York, and I made it all into one. So I did an upside down mustard pie. And what that is dough, cheese, par bake, take it back out, mustard, tomato sauce, pecorino. Now, does that sound like something, a pizza you would possibly have? Most people wouldn't, but it was pretty damn good.
I'd try it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mustard and tomato sauce and cheese. That doesn't make any sense. It does. It actually makes a lot of sense. It was absolutely fantastic. But stuff like that is I do things in the beginning of the week leading up to Friday to get to that. So like this coming week, I'm going to be doing either a birria or a barbacoa with a chuck roast that I have. And that chuck roast, that meat, a lot of it's going to be eaten for dinner. but there's going to be a portion that's going to go all the way till Friday to make the pizza.
No, full transparency. I know you're going to do a full-fledged beer. I'm using the bombs. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's just like a convenience thing. You throw your meat. In this case, like I said, it'll be the pork shoulder. You throw in them bombs in there. I use beef. It says use water. I always use beef broth. It's,
that's smart.
Flavor.
No, that's always. That's 100%
it's pretty good, man, for what it is.
Pro.
I mean, it's a lot of convenience because tomorrow's football Sunday, so I'm just gonna let it sit in the crock pot all day and let that go. I do because I don't have a blender. That's why I don't do the full fledged, your adobo peppers and all that. I do want to try that because obviously it's gonna be a lot better. But I just gotta get myself a blender. But
got it.
Yeah, man. It should be good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about the bombs. I've never had it. I'm definitely doing it the harder way, full-fledged way. But I'm one of those people that are like, I'll try it. I'm not against something. I'll give it a go, and if it works, it works. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the thing. Like, people can't be opposed to those things. I used to be like super like, oh, you only could have like one type of beer because every other beer is not as good. Now I just no, that's not the type of person I am anymore. You change within time. And I've changed to be one of those people like, if it works, it works. And that's what matters.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And what is your favorite beer, by the way? You're like IPA guy?
I feel a little shade. I feel you one of them IPA guys. Everybody likes IPAs. They all taste like grass.
Yeah, you see those videos like, fuck, I forgot what I saw on TikTok where it's like, that IPA guy, he's like, you got to try this. And he's like licking an orange and licking a bark off a tree.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. I love licking trees and licking oranges. And like, oh, it's the same as an IPA.
Yeah.
I do have a favorite IPA, but my favorite style of beer, because I like different styles. So I'm one of those people that like, I'm not drinking IPAs every single day in my life. I don't drink every single day either. But the style I like the most is a saison. It's like nice farmhouse ale. It's easy to drink. It's low alcohol. It's one of those easy sippers. You can have it in the fall. You can have it in the winter. It's one of those things like, it's a well-rounded beer. But I also like IPAs.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, each their own,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I used to make fun of my friends who were like, oh, dude, you drink a Coors? That's like drinking water. Well, hydrate, my friend. I don't care. I don't have to drink. You can drink it, and we're still having fun. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I always hated like the snobby people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what you drink. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm drinking. You can go ahead and get whatever you want to get.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm not 22 years old anymore, and I realized, no, I'm just here to hang out with my friends and have a beer. Like, why cast judgment on what somebody's drinking? Like, who cares?
Right.
The funny thing is now,
sure that you get probably a lot of those kind of people in your comments too. Like, oh, you're trying that. That's trash.
Oh yeah.
This is what you should be drinking. Yeah.
There's definitely people that say things about drinking IPAs or drinking whatever I'm drinking. I'm just like, hey man, I'm drinking what I'm drinking. Are you drinking a twisted tea? I'm not saying anything. I don't care. Enjoy your twisted tea.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stomach something just to try to fit in. Like, I'm trying to enjoy what I want to enjoy.
Exactly.
I'll take down a watermelon or a pink lemonade seltzer any day.
I would too. Absolutely. That sounds delicious. Before a younger version of me would have been like, no, man, that's lame. It's not cool.
That's for girls.
Who cares, bro? You said, no. You know what? My favorite drinks are tiki cocktails. They're all fruity. I don't care. They're delicious.
Yeah,
they make me feel happy. Yeah, I want the umbrella. The umbrella is the best part. Yes, I would like the little statue that looks like a peacock. I don't care. It's cool. It's fun. That's what life is about. So enjoy what you want to enjoy. Nobody should be casting judgment. If they are, they'll get over themselves at some point, I'm sure.
Speaking of another video, like, these margaritas, they always come with like either salt or sugar on the rim there. And like, there was these two guys sitting across the bar. They both caught each other licking the rim. It was like from across the bar. They're like, they started making awkward conversation. It was great. But yeah, sometimes amazing. You feel like that. Sometimes you want a margarita with a little sugar on the rim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, because during Christmas time they got the Christmas ale beer, and they do the cinnamon sugar rim. Yeah, I mean, I'll be licking that like it was a lollipop.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Am I
if it's-
happy? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you unhappy because I'm happy? That sounds like a you problem. That
It's
sounds
dude,
like a you
cover
problem.
the whole glass in this shit, please. I'll lick it like it's popsicle all night long. I don't care. Please.
Just douse it.
But yeah, so you also stream on Twitch, and I know you
Yeah.
know you kind of simulcast, which is cool.
Mhm.
But you also do some gaming as well.
Yeah, I do.
Which I've noticed. What's some of the stuff you usually are gaming on the Twitch side?
So on Twitch side, I stream this GTA RP, which for some people can be a little cringy. But I'm a D&D guy. I've played D&D for several years at this point, and it's just fun playing a person that's not you, for laughs, for jokes. You know, the character I play is a elderly Southern gentleman who's like 75 years old, and he's very quick-witted, and he punches back pretty fast, and he's a lawyer. And the funniest thing is, I've had people hit me up off stream saying, "Hey, can you look at this legal document for me?" I'm like, "I'm a chef, dude. I'm a chef. I don't know anything
I
about
mean, it's
law."
compliments to you, I guess.
I guess my uncles are lawyers, not me. I'm a chef. I just listen to a lot of them, and I'm quick to yap. That's about it. But yeah, I actually hit Twitch partner in back in May from doing GTRP. Just a
Very
big
nice,
part of
man.
it.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. You ready for GTA 6?
Dude, I can't wait.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait for it to be delayed once again, though.
I know it's like it almost feels inevitable at this point.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's whisperings again of another delay. I'm just like, you guys.
When
you
they
guys
announced
can't be
that
serious.
earlier this year, I'm like, oh, dude, that is just such a kick to the pants, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's been so long since 5 came out. Like, what could you possibly be doing at this point?
I don't know. There's no horses that they could use as a scapegoat like they did with Red Dead Redemption, because I don't know if you remember that they couldn't release the game because the testicles on the horses just weren't as good as they needed to be. So that was like, I don't know if that was real or just a joke,
Wow.
but like, there's no way that's another thing. Like, they can't be like another.
Well, the thing
like
too
that
that sucked is like
It's-
before they told us they were delaying it, they dropped the trailer. It's like, why
Mhm.
would you do that? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's cruel and unusual. That's cruel.
But I
and
remember when I watched the
unusual for
trailer
Rockstar.
and it had like just I don't even think it just had the year on there, not a actual date. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna get pushed back. I know it.
Mhm.
Or obviously, or else they would have put, X date on there. But I'm
I'll
so
tell you right
ready,
now,
man.
the meme makers out there, the meme makers for this will happen before GTA 6. They don't want to release yet. They'll have too much
Yeah.
revenue loss
Yeah.
from the memes they're not getting shared.
It's probably all part of the grander plan, if we're being honest. Teasing to the very last second and then going away. And then yeah, when it finally releases, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be one of the most anticipated releases.
For sure. They've never missed. They're all great games.
Yeah.
So I know it'll be awesome. But it's just like, dude, it's been 12 years. I think it'll be 13, next year. So it's like, yeah, let's get it going here. But yeah, I'm excited because anymore, like, games are $75-$80 anymore. So it's just like it's such a roll of the dice. I'm past like in the younger days that we were talking about, I was a big COD guy, but like that stuff is just kind of copy paste now.
Yeah,
Doesn't
no,
really hit the
it's recycled.
same. Even like some of the sports titles that come out that I used to be big into don't really hit anymore. So this is just the one game I know for sure that I'll spend the money and I'll get my money's
yeah.
worth. So
Oh yeah.
they just need to drop it. That's the thing.
Yeah, as a gamer, knowing the fact that a lot of games are incredibly expensive and just not meeting up to the hype.
Yeah.
Borderlands is one of them. Borderlands I played recently and it did not live up to the hype, which is a big letdown. But I don't think GTA is gonna miss. They never miss. I mean, I just mentioned Red Dead Redemption. That game, Red Dead 2, was absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you played, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, played them both.
Yeah.
They were awesome. They were great.
I think another letdown spot. I haven't played it, but heard someone who was really anticipating it, and it was extremely let down. The community itself was let down. Was Cyberpunk?
Oh, really?
I heard that one was like it was just a fail because of
I think
rush
when they
process.
just had so much stuff going on with like the game. I think there's a bunch of stuff wrong with the game when it first came out and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I remember that too.
But it's improved now, hasn't it? I'm sure it has.
I think they tweaked some stuff and it seems to add a little bit of a turnaround there. But
that's probably the thing that GTA 6 you don't want to happen because of just they want to be released and that's the product. You know, that used to be what it was back in the day. You know, like you release something, and that's the product.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of like online interference where like weekly, monthly updates where they fix one thing but it breaks another because that's just how software works. So
yeah,
let's get ready for the 200 gig download.
Oh, probably more than that. And then you're talking about $80 games.
Yeah,
this one might be.
You have to clear your whole hard drive for it, but I'll do it.
Yeah, the only game on your Xbox. But
I'm definitely getting up a whole new hard drive just for GTA 6 if they're gonna have a big old storage on it. I mean, GTA 5 itself is still a pretty big game to put on your computer.
Yeah, I like the mods that they have where they make a whole world. You see like people online.
That's what you were just talking about. Yeah, the RP.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. 5M, the 5M mods are majority of it's for roleplay, but the one you're talking about is the one where they have like superhero characters, right? That's what you're talking about, those mods.
No, I was talking about the one where like it might be what you're doing is people are like cops and like you see a lot of people
that's roleplay. Yeah,
pull over and shit. There's hilarious clips that I saw. One was a guy that they were teaming up. There were two cops and there's this like a van and like these criminals with guns and stuff. And he's like, all right, yeah, you got this one. He's like, he turns around the corner. His cop buddy comes out of the passenger seat of the patrol car, comes around the corner. He's like, all right, put your hands up. And then they all turn around, pull their guns out, and they start firing at him. And he's like fucking floors it in reverse.
Yeah, no, that's 100% GTRP. Yeah. So the one I'm a part of is called Smile RP. And that community is absolutely fantastic. I have a lot of friends that I've made through that community and a lot of Twitch streamers that have made partner because of that community. So you've probably seen a few clips of Smiler peers if you scroll through TikTok.
It is pretty impressive and remarkable just how much they've been able to stretch from GTA 5, with what they're doing now. Because obviously it's 2025. You're playing, obviously it's modded and stuff. It's not the actual base game, but you're still playing, GTA 5. So it's pretty impressive. But I got one more question for you before you get out of here. It's a question we ask all our guests at the end of each episode, and it is, knowing what you know today, what is one thing you would tell your 18-year-old self?
So I told you before we started, when you off camera, that I would tell myself several things. But I think that one of the most important things that I would say to myself is not how to make money, how to get yourself more known to others or anything like that. It would be to remind myself to always love myself. Because I think self-love and knowing to love yourself is one of those things that's so important, because it'll help you down the line to continue to have that much self-esteem for yourself. So whatever thing you wanted to achieve, you can achieve it and not doubt it and not doubt yourself for it.
I like that. I like that because I think at different times, throughout your life, you may not love yourself, because you're not maybe at a certain level in your career, or you don't look a certain way, or you don't got this, that, and the third, the white picket fence, kids, or whatever, society makes you kind of think you need by this age, I agree with that for sure. So self love's a major part of the whole gig, man, for sure. But before we do end it off, plug the socials, plug the Twitch channel, so we can hopefully get some eyes and ears on what you got going on, man.
Cool. Yep, my name is Abe. Abe in the Kitchen is on every single social media platform: Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. You can find me on all those socials, as well as in November, I'm going to be doing a subathon. So as long as the clock is still running, I will be streaming. And also that is probably one of our bigger streams as well when we do Thanksgiving. So throughout that month, we'll be doing recipes that we'll be doing on the big day leading up to Thanksgiving.
Now I know we talked earlier you do more beer reviews and stuff like on your actual videos. Do you also do any recipe videos too?
So when we're going to start doing recipe videos as
Okay.
well, I have somebody who's going to be editing them just because I don't feel like my editing forte really hits it for the cooking stuff. So there will be more recipe videos coming out. Definitely doing a little bit of shift, not just doing the beer reviews, but doing recipes as well as reacting to others people's recipes and maybe helping them be better the next time they go around and do something.
I like that. I'll be on the lookout for that for sure because I'll probably pick up a couple gems along the way. I'm sure some other people will too. Very last question I got that I forgot to ask earlier. How do you take your steak?
Oh, medium rare, if not rare, black and blue, baby.
There it is. Hey, good answer. That's the right answer. So just wanted to check on that. D'Lo, before we end it, you got anything else?
No, not at all. We'll wrap it up here. Abe, it's been a pleasure to be having you here on TSP as our second guest of season 8. What is this, Bobby? Your 4th episode this season, right?
Yep.
I believe so, yeah. So, yeah, 210. It's been an honor to get to know you. And I wish you the best moving forward, especially with the kitchen endeavors. And hopefully that TSP rocket, baby, as me and Bobby talked about, probably pre-production there, maybe a little bit on the show as well. It's a real thing. So buckle up. All right. And everyone out there listening, be sure to go follow him. Check out his TikTok there at AbeInTheInKitchen. And be sure to follow us here at TSP_2019 on all of our socials for all the latest TSP from myself and Bobby. Hope you guys have a great week. And we'll catch you for 211 on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit.